I don't really do jokes about my ex-wife. I don't talk about her on stage a lot because she wasn't fucking funny is mostly why I don't do that. She was a bad person. Not like an evil person, but just kind of a shitty person. Yeah, you know somebody like that. She was the kind of person who would cheat at bar trivia. You guys have a friend like that? Yeah, everybody knows somebody. Yeah, I caught her blowing a dude when we were at bar trivia one night. Yeah, she totally cheated. I don't know if he's upset or what. He's like, wait, I'm confused. Were the answers in his dick? I don't get it. Did you win the $20 gift card? I'm so lost right now. We did not. Yeah, things are going pretty good. I'm pretty happy. I got to ask you guys, anybody signed on for Sober October? Is there any Sober October people in here? Okay, good. Fuck those people. I hate that bullshit. That's so stupid. I've been clean and sober for 4.5 years now, and I think Sober October people are fucking tourists, and they should ruin their lives. Yeah, like I'm not gonna do no sugar November and pretend like I got diabetes for a month. Like that shit's a disease, and I have it. I don't want somebody pretending like they need to be sober for a month. You probably just need to be sober. Like, do what I did. Fucking ruin your life. Crash a car. Get a divorce. Fucking then you really want to be sober for more than just October. Fucking losers. I don't know. I have a friend who was like, hey, what if somebody's life gets saved because of Sober October? And it's like, if someone doesn't die because of a rhyming device, we don't need those people, okay? If a rhyme is all it took to get you to not die from alcoholism, then you're expendable, is what I think. Sorry, it's not a popular opinion, but I'm going with it. I don't give a shit. You guys, you guys listen to podcasts? Yeah, podcasts are fun. Is this a no? Yes, maybe. Never heard of them? You just don't mess with it. Okay, that's cool. What's your favorite podcast? Either one of you guys. What's it called? Broken Glass? What's that about? Oh, that's you. He likes Joe Rogan? That's all right. They can both be good. We can agree. I just did a comedy festival over the weekend in Arcata, California, in Humboldt. And some guy, I was like, what's your favorite podcast? He's like, we have this one, it's called Humboldt This Week, or Humboldt Weekly Rewind, or something like that. And I was like, what is it? And he's like, oh, they just talk about kind of current events and stuff. I'm like, let me guess, there was a farmer's market, some hippies played hacky sack, everybody got stoned. Is that the podcast? And they're like, yeah, that's pretty much it every week, man. I listen to, you guys listen to like the murder ones, like Sword and Scale and that kind of shit? My Favorite Murder. Yeah, right? People really like the murder ones. They're kind of fun. It always kind of weirds me out that there's always like a presenting sponsor that wants to give you a promo code for something. They're like, hey, do you need a job? Guy who's been listening to 8 hours of fucking murder podcasts? Why don't you use this promo code, duffel bag full of baby heads, and we're going to help you find a job, man. Like, don't you think if you were a hiring business, you would just filter those out? Like, we don't need a fucking CPA that bad. We're not hiring that guy. It just seems like a bad idea. I live here in Portland. I recently started Lyft driving. Does anybody take Lyft? You guys use Lyft to get where you need to go? It's good. It's safe. I started Lyft driving a couple months ago. Actually, I don't call it Lyft driving. I call it open mic by hostage situation. Yeah, if you're going to get in my car, you're going to hear some fucking jokes, man. I don't care about your 5-star rating either. I'll go around the block a couple times till you laugh. I don't give a shit. I do still have a day job. I'd love to be doing comedy full time for a living, but my parents just don't have that kind of money. So I gotta go to work every day like normal people. I work for a beer distributor here in Portland, which is pretty fun. People seem to like that. I get to drive a van that says PBR on the side of it, which means you can just drive like a real dickhead. It's pretty sweet. I get to hang out in convenience stores a lot, which is where the real action is. I don't know if you guys have been to a Plaid Pantry lately, but Jesus Christ. Am I right? Yeah. Is that what your podcast is about? Broken Glass Podcast? Just interviewing fucked up people at the Plaid Pantry. That's a good idea. I'd listen to that. Yeah. Yeah, the title is spot on, man. Let's talk after this. Let's get something going. I'm into it. I was in a convenience store the other day. I was stacking cases of beer, minding my own business. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, so there was a bunch of people in line getting their coffee. And this lady kind of appeared out of nowhere. I'll describe her as cracky, right? Like, not like a tweak or anything, but just kind of a gross lady who didn't want to touch you. You've seen them. I know you have. She comes up to this Lay's potato chip display, but it was the new weird flavors. And she picked up a bag of biscuits and gravy potato chips. And she held them up over her head and exclaimed to everybody in line, she said, "Don't eat these. They taste like asshole." And everybody in line just kind of like giggled and looked at each other like, I don't know what to do with that information right now. What are we supposed to say? But then there was just one old guy in the back of the line who was like, "Sure, man, I'll go for it." He went and got himself a bag. He's like, "I haven't tasted a butthole since college, man." You figure $1.99, that's probably the cheapest butthole you're really going to get after if you think about it. He seemed pretty excited about his purchase, is all I'm saying. Ringing endorsement from that crackhead lady. It's going to get him some ass chips. Are you a big Minnesota fan, or do you just like that shirt? That's cool. No, people always ask, people always go, "Oh, Navy Pier in Chicago, I love it." I've never been there. I found this at a fucking thrift store, man. I've never fucked a sailor or anything. Same, right? That's cool. I like that shirt. Golden Gophers, that's cool. Didn't strike me as a big Minnesota hockey fan, but it's a cool shirt. Does your name start with an M? See? Ha-ha! Now it's yours. All right. Well, now it's your shirt. Mine doesn't start with an N or a P or a C, but that's okay. What else has been going on? You guys having a good time so far? Yeah? Good? Awesome. I've been trying not to be so fat all the time. Yeah, it's all right to laugh at that. I haven't been doing a very good job at it. My wife, actually, I just turned 37 like a month ago, which sounds a lot closer to 40 than 36 did, but now I'm 37 and I feel like a real fucking loser. Shout out to anybody who's over 35 and wakes up one day and is like, shit, I gotta get my life together. But my wife got me this watch. It's actually a triathlete watch, which is not necessarily the funny part of that, but that's okay. I go to the gym, all right, fucker? Maybe not enough to need a triathlete watch, but Jesus. I realize that me wearing a triathlete watch is like an anorexic person wearing a lobster bib everywhere they go. I get it, but I'm making an effort, you know, trying. I feel like everybody has that voice in their head that wants them to eat garbage. Mine's really loud. I call him Seamus McGravy. Yeah, he's got a Scottish accent. He lives in my head, and he's always like, "You should get bacon on your burger." It's like, oh, I don't know, Seamus. That sounds bad. Seamus wants me to mix equal parts sour cream and mayonnaise and call it chip dip. You know what I'm talking about? It's fucking good. You should try it. Get you some of those ass chips. You're not even listening to me? Is that what you're saying? You're just laughing at what she's saying? That's okay. What? You don't want ass chips? Nor mayo? None of the above? All right. Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm saying. You got to live a little. It's going to be all right. I'll give you guys an example. I walked out of Target the other day, and I hadn't eaten anything, and I was really hungry. And, like, there was just this aroma in the air. It smelled so good. It was like, God damn, like, I should just eat whatever that is. I'm going to follow that. And I looked up, and it was literally a waste management truck driving by. I was like, oh, man, that's not good. I followed it for a couple blocks. I got my money's worth, but not the best. I'll tell you guys one more quick story, and then I'm going to go. I don't understand what you're laughing about over there. You guys are weirding me out. It's strange lighting in here. This is great. This is cool. It's a cool place. I'm excited to be here, right? Bandito, guy over there. There's totally a guy back there. You guys can't see him, but there's totally a guy back there. I'm telling you. I love doing comedy. I love getting to travel around. I love hearing stories about people when they get to travel. I have a friend who recently went to Mexico for a week to see the band Fish play for 3 days in a row, which is just a fact of the story. I'm not going to sing any of the songs or anything. Don't worry. But him and his wife are in a bar in Mexico, and this woman walks up to him, and she has a baby in a Bjorn, which is the strappy thing you carry a baby in. Do you know that already, sir? I didn't. I thought it was that weird Icelandic singer, but that's Bjork. That's different. This lady, she's got a baby in a Bjorn, and she walks up to my buddy and his wife, and she says, "Hey, can I talk to you guys? I'm not a weirdo." Which you know is the first goddamn thing a weirdo says when they walk up to you, right? And she's like, "My husband just bought cocaine from one of the waiters here at the bar. Do you think that was a bad idea?" And if you're asking strangers in a foreign country about the decisions your family are making, they're probably bad decisions. But what this lady doesn't know is that my buddy, he's in recovery, and his wife is a pediatrician. And so they both kind of start like lecturing her about, doing cocaine when you're taking care of a baby, especially if you're going to breastfeed that baby. And then my buddy says something stupid. He goes, women have to be very careful when they're breastfeeding. Whatever they ingest comes out through their breast milk. He said, "Do you know that if a woman who's breastfeeding smokes one joint, it comes out in her breast milk as 8 joints?" Yeah, it's not fucking true. That's not a real thing. And I think what he meant to say is that if a woman who's breastfeeding smokes one joint, the concentration in her breast milk is 8 times higher than in her blood. That is true. I Googled it right after how to say Bjorn. I Googled it. And but that's not what he said. He said the other thing, and I know the other thing isn't true because we have legal weed here in Oregon, and if a woman could smoke one joint and turn it into 8 joints, somebody would be making edibles out of fucking titty milk right now, don't you think? Like, that would be a thing we have here? Like she's some kind of refinery, Like we gave her Vicodin and she turned it into black tar heroin. Like, it's not a real thing. Don't get too excited, Portland. Hey, you guys have been a lot of fun. I'm Jeremiah Coughlan. Thank you.